So, with the current Trump administration cracking down on immigration and birthright citizenship has become a hot topic, and we got a lot of people from different countries that live in America and that have been and established families, and the conversation around this topic is evolving. So, I found this very interesting because rarely do we get to hear from Jamaicans, Haitians, and other people that may be affected by these new laws that have been passed. But let's just check out the video and hear it from the perspective of a Jamaican man that is well aware of how this is going to go.
All Jamaicans living in the diaspora. This is Peter Gracie, your Global Jamaica Diaspora Council representative for the Southern United States. And I come to you today with urgent news that you need to hear. Just moments ago, the U.S. Supreme Court handed down a decision that could directly impact thousands of Jamaican families across America, especially those with children born in the U.S. The court ruled that lower courts can no longer block federal policies for the entire country, even if those policies may be illegal or unconstitutional. And the policy in question, an executive order signed by President Donald Trump earlier this year, ending birthright citizenship for children born in the U.S. to non-citizen parents. Under this new executive order, if you're not a U.S. citizen or permanent resident and you give birth in the United States, your child may not automatically become a U.S. citizen. Before today, judges in places like Maryland and California had stepped in to stop the order using something they called a nationwide injunction. That means the policy was blocked across all 50 states, no matter where you live. But the Supreme Court just said no more, that done, that over. Now, those blocks only apply in specific court regions where they were filed. So if your state doesn't have an active legal case against this policy, the order can take effect immediately, and that puts your child's future at risk. Let me give you some real-world examples. In Florida, home to one of the largest Jamaican population in America, the executive order may now be enforced unless a new case is filed. In Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and other southern states where many of us live and work in hospitality, education, home care, trucking, farming, healthcare, the same threat now looms. But in more progressive states like New York and California, courts may still be blocking the order within their region. That means a Jamaican child born in New York may still be protected, while one born in Florida may not. This is the definition of inequality, in my opinion. If a child legal status, whether they are accepted as an American or not, should never depend on their zip code. Now let me break this down a little more simply. An injunction is a court order that stops something from happening while it's being reviewed. For years, when presidents introduced questionable policies, courts could block them nationwide. But this new ruling says that they can now only block policies for the people involved in the cases, not for the entire country. So unless you or your state take legal action, your child may not be protected. Let me be clear, this ruling does not mean the executive order is officially law as yet. The big legal fight over whether it's constitutional is still ahead, but the protections are fading away. But what can you do? Get informed, know the laws and policies in your state, and talk to your community leaders. Share this message with every Jamaican parent in the U.S. because they need to hear it. If you're worried or affected, call the Consulate General of Jamaica in Miami at 305-374-8431. They are here to guide and support you through these uncertain times. Jamaican people have always fought hard to give their children better opportunities. We came to America with hope, with faith, and with dreams. Let's not sit quietly while those dreams are threatened. We must stay united, we must stay alert, and we must protect our children, not just today, but for generations to come.
So, the conversation that is centered around immigration has been very, very hot, and mostly the media shows a lot of the Latino population as being the most affected by it, as most recently seen in California with all of the riots, and then the activation of the National Guard, ICE, and all of the other controversies centered around this particular topic. So this is one of the first times that I've seen a non-Latino discussing this, and I know that there's other versions of the same situation that's happened. I've seen it with the Chinese, I've seen it with Haitians, I've seen it across the board. What I would like to know is, like, what do you think? How do you feel? And did the information that he put out, does it help anybody? This has been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm, because that's where life actually happens. Later.